Alright guys, I am back with my review of MTV's The Challenge, Battle of the Seasons. And this is probably the last show on MTV I still watch. It's just a bunch of crazy drama, alcohol-fueled fighting, and that's why we watch it. So, I do enjoy the challenges. I don't really watch The Real World anymore, so I have no idea who some of these younger people are. But I still really enjoy the show. It gets crazier and crazier, and these people, they just cannot get along. There's just no way. But yeah, the DVR actually recorded the end of ridiculousness, and I hate that show. It's just such a Tosh.0 ripoff. Rob Dyrdek, or however you say his name, is just so annoying. He's standing on the fake keyboard and, oh, pause that, rewind that, and it's just so cheesy and stupid. But man, I really don't like that guy. And the challenge itself, this show is in Turkey, and they're playing for $250,000 this season. And there's not really a lot of name people, at least as far as I know, because I don't watch The Real World, like I said. So there's only a few people I recognize on this season. Wes and Sarah, Camilla, Big Easy. Oh man, but it's still a good cast, I think, for this. And I'm actually happy that I don't recognize a lot of these people, because I was so sick and tired of seeing Evan, Kenny, Johnny in every single season. Like, how many are these guys allowed to do? There needs to be a limit, because as soon as you see Johnny on one of these, you know who's going to win the thing. And it's just not fair anymore. They just completely take over the game, and no one else has a chance. And I just hate watching it whenever they have, like, Johnny, Evan, or Kenny on these things. And it's like, these guys, all they do is challenges. They don't do anything else. And it's just really annoying, because they just team up and they screw everybody else over. And it's really lame. It hurts the show. So I'm actually happy that none of those three are on this one. Evan's actually not that bad. I don't mind Evan too much, but Johnny and Kenny, oh my god, I could never watch them again and be happy. So I'm kind of excited they're not on here. But anyways, let's see what we do have. The intro. I was, for some reason, when it zoomed in and it was showing Turkey and everything, I was reminded of that old Samoan intro they had, where it was like them doing the Usos type dance, and Big Easy, I think Big Easy was on there, and Evan was on there, and it was so, oh my god, that intro was goofy as hell. That was so bad. But yeah, they're doing like the tribal dancing and stuff. It just looked really weird. Anyways, this season we have Austin with Wes, Danny, Melinda, and Lacey, who looks a lot like Ricky Lake. New Orleans, can't remember anybody from there in particular. Cancun, San Diego, the original Las Vegas, which Rochelle and Alton, I can't remember. But anyways, he looks like 50 Cent when he lost all that weight to play the movie role. That's exactly what he looks like now. But they're also with the new Las Vegas cast. So they got two people from the new Las Vegas cast. I have no idea who they are. Brooklyn, St. Thomas. And anyways, that's the group for this show. They eventually bring in the fresh meat. It was supposed to be a big surprise. I was expecting CT or somebody like that. No, it's Big Easy and Camilla, Brandon, and Cara Maria. So it wasn't like really exciting or anything, but yeah, Big Easy. Oh my god, this poor guy. He can't catch a break. But anyways, I was thinking when I was watching this show about this thing I saw online about The Real World, and how when you sign up to be on the show The Real World, they have an application you have to fill out. And it is so crazy. If you have any free time, check that out, because it is really surprising the stuff you have to agree to. Like, if you get AIDS or something, you can't sue MTV. And it's not that I don't understand they have to do this, but it's really, really crazy just to read all the stuff they specify on this application. But I see some of these new people. This guy Knight, I don't know who he is, but he seems like a complete douchebag instantly. So anyways, we get to the challenge, and the first challenge is this balance thing. You have to like stand on these like boards and climb up these ladders, stand at the end, and then cross paths, and then climb down the ladders. And it's suspended really high over the water. So Big Easy gets up there, and he's climbing the ladder, and he's about to get to the top, and he falls and busts his ass in the water. I mean, it had to hurt. And then he tries to climb the ladder, and he can't do it. He can't make it back up. He says in the little interview thing that he spent all his energy trying to get up there the first time. And so his team is instantly out, last place. They're going into the elimination challenge. They have another team who has this guy Preston, and he falls too, but he's actually able to climb back up and finish. But yeah, Fresh Meat goes in, Cancun wins, and Cancun gets to pick the team that's going to face the Fresh Meat group in the challenge. They have this guy CJ, and he's pissed off at Wes because Wes voted him in on like a previous challenge or something. And he actually gets his entire team to vote Austin into the challenge just because Wes is on that team. And I couldn't believe his team would go with it just because he has a personal vendetta against Wes. But they all agree, and they're like, okay, let's send him in. And Wes had a little group there. He had some of the new kids, I think. He called his fans because they were talking about how they were in high school and they watched him on The Real World. So he says, they're my fans, they'll do whatever I say. Wes is definitely trying to portray himself as a heel on these shows and act like a bad guy. I still find him really entertaining. I don't mind Wes at all. Like I said earlier, as long as it's not Evan, Johnny, and Kenny, I could give a rat's ass. Anybody else is welcome, in my opinion, on these shows. But those three, we've seen it a million times. Enough is enough already. They've won enough. I think Johnny's actually won the most of anybody. Not that that's a surprising fact, it's just the truth. He's won the most money on these shows than anyone else put together. Or not put together, but there's like some rankings I saw on Wikipedia, I think, where you can see who's won the most. And after the last challenge before this, with him and Camilla winning, I just had to check this out because I knew he'd won the most. And sure enough, yes, he's won the most money. But anyways, where was I? So they get to pick the challenge, what it's going to be, and CJ picks physical. I think it's endurance, strategy, mental, and physical. And he chooses the physical challenge for the Fresh Meat versus Austin to compete in. Now, the cool thing about this year's game is you can only pick physical once, and then you have to use the other three before you can pick physical again. And physical is pretty intense. So they have to decide which two people, which man, which woman, are going to go into the elimination challenge. It's going to be Wes and Lacey versus Big Easy and Cara Maria. And that night, everybody's, relaxing. They're still getting along because it's the first day. And this guy, Frank, gets drunk and turns into a complete psychopath. This guy is crazy, out of his mind. I did see a couple episodes of The Real World when he was on there, and every time this guy drinks, he goes ballistic. He starts ranting and fighting. It's crazy. It's really crazy. The switch flips, and he's on. And he's ready to fight everybody. So he's going crazy. But anyways, at the Elimination Challenge, Cara Maria and Big Easy versus Wes and Lacey. And because it's a physical challenge, the game is what they call, I can't remember what they call it. I call it the Hall of Pain. Because it's just this small corridor, and you have each person at the end, and you have to run through each other and then ring the bell. So, of course, Big Easy, this is like his game. I mean, he pretty much sucks at everything, but this is his game. This is right up his alley here. So first up, it's the women. And I'm thinking Lacey looks pretty big. She could possibly go through Cara Maria. But Cara Maria is really feisty, and she just dominates Lacey and rings the bell twice, and that's it. She wins. Lacey's out. So at this point, it's up to Wes and Big Easy. And Wes has to win this one. And of course, the first thing that happens, Big Easy tackles him, picks him up, and then drives him through the bell. I mean, it was pretty cool to see, actually. And Wes is pissed off. They get ready to go again, and Wes has a strategy where Big Easy's coming at him, so he's going to get low. And then Big Easy, when he gets over him, Wes is going to take off and make it a race. Of course, it comes down. It's very, very close. However, they go to a photo finish, and they say that while they're waiting, Wes says, "This is, this is bullshit. Big Easy sucks. He sucks at everything, and he's just going to be horrible at all the games. He doesn't deserve to be here." Being really mean, actually. And it comes down to Big Easy got the bell first. He won. Wes has to go home. Lacey has to go home. And afterwards, Big Easy and Wes hug each other. And he's like, "Good job, good job." After all that shit he was talking. So it does kind of suck that Wes is already off, because he was going to cause a lot of drama on this show. So I'm kind of sad to see him go this early. But it was a good first episode. They show previews for what's going to happen with the season going forward, and it looks like there's a lot of fights on this show, and let's be honest, that's why we watch it. So it looks like it's going to be a good season. A lot of crazy stuff happening, people fighting each other, so I'm looking forward to it. But anyways, that's my thoughts on the first episode. Make sure I'm not leaving anything out here. And nope, that's it. So hope you guys like this video. Leave your thoughts on the first episode of the Challenge Battle of the Seasons. And thanks for watching.